Hey, it's attorney Stephen A. Smith here, the pastor lawyer, with another commonly asked question.
What should I do if I receive a settlement offer that seems unfair? You would want to discuss that with your attorney to decide whether or not it is reasonable under the circumstances. Many times what a client believes is fair compensation is not the same as what the attorney believes is reasonable compensation. And that's because of a knowledge of the system, the process, and everything you would have to go through in order to come to a resolution to your claim. Many times I have to discuss this with my clients, that there's a difference between net now and net later. Your net, or that's gross compensation, less attorney's fees, costs, any medical expenses, or liens that are on your file, is the amount that you receive yourself, that you take home, versus the amount you take home several years down the road in litigation. And you have to understand that the value of your case will be at issue. And if the value of the case, based on all the evidence presented to us, is not what you believe it is, then we have to have a discussion. In many cases, there are people who will decide to go and get a second opinion. I've had many people who have come to me and asked me for a second opinion on what their attorney has done on their case and whether I believe it's reasonable. And many times I have to tell the client, yes, it's reasonable based on what you presented to me, based on the evidence that you have before us. You know, this is a reasonable resolution. Maybe you believe you should get more money because you've been in a crash, or because, you know, all those things that can't be quantified. Like, for instance, you know, how I feel getting behind the wheel now is different. I'm scared, or I'm scared to go across bridges, or things of that nature, that if you don't have, you know, a requisite, you know, injury, is not going to be looked on as favorably. But if it is very serious, and you've gone and you've had a psychologist or psychiatrist that you've treated with to try to help mitigate your damages, your emotional toll that's taken on you, etc., then now, you know, it becomes a reasonable claim. But insurance companies really are looking at what those hard and fast injuries, physical, are on you, because many times you know, what we call emotional tolls are more subjective, if you will. And so those are some of the issues I've dealt with in times past in clients, and what they believe they should be compensated in a case, and certainly what I believe is reasonable. There are many times when I believe that the client is settling too low, and I'm trying to get them to give me authority to go and get more money, because of course it's in my best interest and the client's best interest to do so when they have the injuries that justify it. Well, I just want to get it over with. Well, you just want to get it over with and be done with it actually comes at a cost, and the cost is your recovery value that you're able to get. And if you're not able to fully treat and come to an end of the case, then you may settle for lower than what your case is actually worth. And so the value of the claim certainly will be determined by all of the factors involved, and certainly you and your attorney may have a difference of opinion, but you can also seek a second legal opinion. Go and see another lawyer and ask them what do they think about what your lawyer's done in that case, and they will give you their answer. Be careful, because many times if you drop a lawyer, then you're responsible for paying them for what they've already negotiated at that time. So keep that in mind as you go forward.